Here are our two seagulls, Dr. Father Louis Maliakal and Dr. Father Ando Karokaran, the beacon lights. They are the twin towers and the twin cornerstones, the two stalwarts of the church and the congregation, prolific writers, twin scholars, two experts, one in missiology and the other in liturgy. Two theologians and two administrators. They are our two patriarchs in their own right. Both are respected and honored within and outside the congregation and were two-term provincials.
Om Jagadishwara Sada Chinmaya Jagadishwara Vande.
Father Louis Maliakal. Even as student, the congregation found his acumen and sent him for higher studies. After his MSc in statistics, he started to teach at the Christ College, Bangalore, in its inception. Even before the Second Vatican Council, as student of theology, he was involved in the liturgical renewal in the church. His thirst for an Indian church and Indian liturgy made him the father of Indian bhajans. It is he who composed the first Indian Christian bhajan.
Om Jagadishwara Sadapi Chinmaya Jagadishwara Vande. Om Jagadishwara Sadapi Chinmaya Jagadishwara Vande.
Together with other pioneers, the young Father Louis was instrumental in composing the Bharatiya Puja for the Indian Church. His passion for an Indian church found another expression in his famous doctoral thesis, Yajna and Eucharist, from the Catholic University of Leuven, Belgium. When he returned after high studies, the congregation had already committed to take up the challenge of running the first regional theologate at Ashta, Madhya Pradesh. He was readily took up the challenge of running Ashta Seminary, first as dean and later as the rector for 12 long years. As a patriarch of regional theologates, he developed the methodology of formation, action, reflection, action. Thus, he became real guru, the one who gives shape to thousands of priestly students. He also began an interreligious association, Sarva Dharma Sammelan, which would play a key role in preventing communal violence later in times when the neighboring towns were a prey to it. When the CMI congregation wanted to start a contextualized theological program, they found only him to be the charioteer.
The vision of Samanvaya has been developed over a long period of time. Its sort of background preparation was Ashta Theologate. The experimentations that we conducted there with regard to the so-called action, reflection, action program, village living, etc., has been a great boost to begin the style of Samanvaya here.
He successfully started the movement of Samanvaya and became the founding rector for 2 terms and later 1 more year. As the provincial of St. Paul province, he was an apostle of reconciliation. He paved the way for reconciliation not only in the province but in the diocese and other institutions and congregations. As an inspiring retreat preacher, he continues to preach and write. His books on homily, Prem Pravachan, the first of its kind in India, is still being used by many preachers. He is an embodiment of wisdom. People in trouble and in doubt approach him for direction and guidance. Youngsters, elders, men and women from all walks of life approach him.
Because I think I have always tried to understand the brothers from their point of view, right? To step into their shoes and understand and reflect on what I have been doing as a student at that particular, say, period of of life. So that way of interrelationship I too try to practice. Maybe that is the reason I could manage with any kind of youthful, aspirations and try to accommodate myself accordingly.
He is looked up to as a role model for religious life, prayerful, and is regular like a novice at prayer times. Young in mind, open to new ideas, friend of brothers, humble in life, and a man without luxury, an embodiment of wisdom, a missionary by commitment, a perfectionist by pursuit, he shall never be satisfied without being assured of quality and commitment in everything he does. Father Anto Karokaran, the young student, Brother Anto's academic and intellectual caliber was recognized even at early age, and the province sent him to Coimbatore for his pre-degree studies. He is one of the first to be sent to Germany for academic specialization. He completed his PhD in a short span of 2.5 years, defending his much acclaimed doctoral thesis, Evangelization and Diaconia in German.
Then I thought of choosing a theme for my doctorate, and it was my insight at that time that my energy to write a thesis for doctorate should serve me as a missionary, should help me to serve in India as a missionary. And therefore, I thought a theme under the caption Evangelization and Diaconia, Evangelization and Social Commitment.
This book must be the most widely quoted Indian book by foreign authors on missiology. Immediately after he returned, he started his dream project, a missiological research institute, Purnodaya, a first of its kind in India.
Church was identified with Western culture and Western man. That means to become a Christian man means he has to live his culture and his cultural identity and his religion. Therefore, it was from India and China that evangelization faced its stiffest resistance. Missionaries faced the stiffest resistance. And the idea of Purnodaya is that in the Indian context, missionaries have to be equipped presenting Jesus Christ from within India, not from outside India.
Thanks to this patriarch of Indian Missiological Institute, that this institute will witness to the founding of several other initiatives like the first North Indian Regional Philosophate, first Regional and Contextualized Theologate, Juniorate for Sisters, and other research programs. Elected as the Regional Superior and the first province of the Sainpur Province Bhopal, his tenure at the helm saw the flowering of the province. Moses was chosen from his pastoral field to lead the Israelites to a new land, a promised land, a new freedom and new life. Ferrando guided the province to a new lands and new heights. He would lead the province when it needed him most and became its cornerstone. His tenure saw the beginning of mission stations.
I have been able to start several institutions in the province. To take an initiative is not an easy thing. There are a lot of uncertainties. We have to face the criticism of the people. We often do not know how to proceed, but some kind of inspiration, God's guidance will be there. We should be convinced of the cause of what we start, and we should entrust God before we start it.
In the Diocese of Jabalpur, with the mission at Sachidananda Ashram Narsimpur, Chavara Vidyapith Kheri, Sanjeevani Usri, and the land at Lalghati for Navchetana Bhopal, Vijaypur in Guna district, and the land at Truchu near Sagar Bhavan. He was instrumental in buying a plot of land at Budni and Tarasavanaya for Anchal. As chairperson of the planning commission of the province, he became the chief architect of Parasiya mission. Father Anto, a visionary, has the clarity of vision. High thinking and a low living are the two emulates he always wears. He is very happy with minimum and is able to live in a small, humble rented buildings and is able to make real and deep research living in the remote tribal villages. He is hard worker who would spend hours at desk. His stance is much similar to that of St. Paul's. Anyone unwilling to work should not eat. He throws his soul and body in what he does. He is a prolific writer and has to his credit several articles, books of national and international fame. He is the founding editor of the famous journal Third Millennium, which can be seen in the European libraries as most used journal. He is a keen observer and has an eye for young talents. He finds the young talents of the province and promotes and encourages them. He has a passion for the poor, and several of his initiatives were meant for the upliftment of the poor. He cares the servants and takes interest in their welfare. No servant will leave him as they understand his love and concern. We proudly call you a prophet, a radical disciple who walked ahead of his time. Dear Father Anto and dear Father Louis, we are proud of you. You are our patriarchs. We look up to you with respect, wonder and admiration. We acknowledge your contribution, guidance, leadership, exemplary life, and see my spirit. Your legacy is highly treasured and is to be followed. You have walked through the uncharted terrain. It is easy for us to follow you because you have left your footmarks deep and clear.